So what I'm on at the moment is trying to get a freshwater accumulator tank. As you can see, it's a bit corroded at the top here where it's been leaking. So I'm going to clean that up and then put some more PTFE tape on and seal it, and then hopefully it won't leak. This tank basically is for the freshwater system, so you pressurise it through there up to 2 bar, and that gives you pressurised hot water on the boat. The vessel's actually in good nick, it's just where it's been leaking. Right guys, so I've managed to clean up this water accumulator, and then I'm going to get it back and fitted in the locker. But as you can see down there, cleaned it up as best I could. Got some new PTFE tape on, and then we'll see if that seals it. But this is where it's got to go. So somehow 130 kilos of pure fat has got to squeeze into that gap in there, right at the back where you see that pipe at the back there hanging off, and that bracket coming from the wall. That's where it needs to go. So nice and tight. It's a bit difficult for this call sign to get in there. So wish me luck. Right, so as you can see, sweating my tits off, but I've managed to get it done. That was a tight squeeze. There you go, back in there. And hopefully that's now leak tight. There she is, Sharon, cleaning the screens.
Still cleaning the windows.
Are they coming up or what?
Not really.
No.
Some are, but others aren't. But
Okay.
keep going. So we've got this piece of wood, and we're going to epoxy it so it's all nice and waterproof because it's only marine ply. And then we're going to stick our barbecue on top of there.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to epoxy resin this marine ply. One piece is for where the plancha was, where the barbecue is now going to go, and the other piece is for the cupboard where the dishwasher is. So by brushing epoxy onto it, we'll be able to waterproof and seal all the wooden pores and protect them from any water ingress. So let's see how this goes. So this is the first coat of epoxy. So I'm now just going to sand that down, smooth it out a bit. But yeah, once I've smoothed that out, then it should be pretty waterproof for the back of the boat. So I've now sanded it down, and we've gone for a second coat of epoxy with a roller, which isn't perfect. So now I've got loads of little tiny air bubbles in there. But again, I'll be able to flatten that out and polish it down, hopefully. I think I'm going to flatten that back once it's cured, and then I'll go with a final coat, and then I'll look at polishing it. So everyone, got the barbecue put into place, not quite yet fitted, but I will buy some pad rings and then fit the legs properly so it doesn't move in a seaway. But as you can see, it looked quite smart on now on the marine ply that we've epoxied, when it goes, when it's finished.
That's painting finished. John's battery stand. That's my new cat. You have to get the... It's sunken in the middle a bit. Ta-da! What do you think of my bread then?
It's nice.
Does it taste like real bread?
Well, it tastes like bread, you're saying.
So we're going to be handing back the hire car soon, so we've got to get used to riding these electric bikes everywhere. And this is how we're going to be getting our shopping in the future. So we'll put these in the dinghy, and then when we get on shore, we'll pedal to the nearest food shop. Right.
And then you're in Eco 1, and when you want to change gear, you just press the plus button.
When you're going along, you press the plus button.
Yeah, go faster.
Okay.
So both me and Sharon have really enjoyed living here in Previtsa for the last 4 weeks. And what we really enjoy doing is going down on a Sunday, down the promenade, either on the bike or take a nice slow walk down. Because the vibe is dead relaxing, and even better when the sun's out and the weather's nice. And on a Sunday you have lots of families walking around, children playing, etc. because they deem it as a proper family day. And the vibe is just nice and relaxed. We normally come down here to find somewhere where we can have a nice drink, just chill out, relax. And this place on the corner that we normally go is really nice, because when you order a drink they give you some free food to eat, so you don't actually have to order lunch. So it's a really nice vibe, really nice town, and we would certainly be coming back. So what you're looking at here is one of the technicians who is conducting or helping us conduct the engine checks on the boat. So he's putting in a freshwater feed to the sail drive leg, because as the engines are water cooled, and they normally draw the seawater up through the leg, run it round the engine and then spit it back out once it's taken the heat away, as you can see there. That sign there is very good because it shows us that the impellers are working and the engines are being cooled. And again on the other side, you'll notice my battery rack on the back of that sugar scoop. Well, it doesn't stay there for long because it gets kicked off and the legs snap off, but more about that later. As you can see, the props are changing, turning, so the gears are working backwards and forwards. So these are all basic engine checks that you carry out outside of the water before you get in. Nothing worse than getting put in the water, switch on the engines, nothing happens, and then the wind starts blowing you all around the marina. So the first battery rack didn't survive contact with the Greek technician, who accidentally kicked it off the back of the boat and snapped my tacked on legs. So I've gone for a redesign and made the legs a bit more sturdy, and bound them together to make them solid, so this won't come apart now. So the battery rack saga continues. So now I've done a new rack, strengthened the legs up, and hopefully this one will survive contact when I get it in the engine bay today, and put the batteries on so you'll be able to see what it looks like. But that's the finished product, so it should be a lot stronger hopefully. So today we've got the battery rack in finally. So you can see 2 batteries there, 2 batteries underneath. In parallel, I've got to do the top 2. The only concern is that positive pole under there. I'm going to have to insulate that before I connect that up. But nice gap, and looks all right. All 4 batteries in.
Still cleaning the windows.
So this morning what we're going to do is we're going to square away the sail drives. So yesterday I primed them up, so a nice silver colour, so I'll show you in a minute, and then I'm going to put 2 coats of anti-foul on to the sail drives, ready for next week. So that's the primer coat on the sail drive, obviously masked it off, so we're going to get 2 coats of anti-foul straight onto that, and then that should be good to go. And then just throwing in a quick time lapse for good measure, because I don't want to bore you all with you watching me roll paint onto a sail drive. Okay, so what I'm now doing, guys, is I'm going to do an oil change on the engine. So I've got it plugged into the oil drain down there on a pneumatic oil puller to there. Then we're going to empty the oil out, change the oil, and then change the oil filter on the engine. And once I've done that, I'll get on with the diesel filter.
Trying to work out how this is going to fit in the car today. Be interesting.
So Sharon doesn't think we'd be able to get this in the car, but her of little faith managed to roll it up, tie it up, and that should go in the boot of the car now to get to the boat. Good stuff.
So we've managed to get the mattress into the bedroom, and now I'm going to show you my magic trick. It's magic.
So, guess what didn't survive contact with the tight test? The bleeding accumulator tank. So I've got to go back in there, and I need to get that red tank out because I've had to order a new one because it's actually split on the seam, so it's no longer tight and can't do its job. So, take two on the jump scope. So I've got the tank out of there. This is where this one's going to end up going. So I've already fitted the cap on that. Brand new accumulator tank. So let's get this installed. So the good news is, managed to get that water accumulator tank plumbed in on the back. And whilst it's raining here, it's definitely not raining from the accumulator. So that's good news. So another project completed today was the installation of the dishwasher, which has now been completed. So it sits nicely under the cupboard. All powered up with the waste and the water connected. It's all good. So Sharon be very happy with that indeed. And the other little project that was completed was we've got the deck shower on the top, but now we've got a freshwater hose connection point that we can use fresh water to either run the washing machine or wash the decks down or shower off the back if it's a hot day. Lovely. So in a bit of a panic at the moment, trying to get everything sorted out. As you see, the boat's in a bit of a mess, mainly with my stuff hanging around. But this gas, I've managed to work out a way now to connect the gas on this, so I just need another pipe because as I fitted it I've noticed there's a gas leak on one of the pipes. So I've managed to rectify that and put that right, and now we will get that mounted as soon as I can get my hands on another pipe, which is ready to go. So one of the investments we did make was into two hydro axes to go onto the propeller shafts of both sides of the boat. The reason why we got these is basically if you cross any lines or nets, etc., what these will do is chop them up so they don't get entangled into your props and seize your engine or stop your engine or cause a failure. Obviously prevent wear and tear as well on your shaft seals, etc., so well worth investment. In there you get thread locker, then you get yourself a bag of extended bolts, etc., which the hydro axe will fit into, and then the hydro axe cutter itself comes in a very nice box, and there's a spacer for the shaft that you need to put on. So in there's also a special set of anodes as well, but the hydro axe fits, so it won't fit a standard propeller anode. So we'll be moving on then. For those that you like to watch, I'm throwing in a time lapse for good measure of me fitting the hydro axe to one of the props, and I'm only doing one side because clearly it would bore you to death to watch the other side at the same time. So the hydro axe cutters were provided by Darglo in the UK, and it's a fairly simple process to fit them. All you need to do is make sure you got the special, you know, not special, but the correct tools. But more importantly, you need to make sure you got torque wrenches that can go down to 2 Newton meters and up to 20 Newton meters. So as long as you got that, they go on pretty easy, and it takes about 20 minutes. Then I'm moving there onto the Flexofold propellers. We bought 2 of these as well. They're folding propellers, and as you go, you can see that I'm fitting the 3 blades into the hub. And again, you know, the rope cutters and the propellers, it all, you know, only took me about 40 minutes, I'd say, to fit both.
So we're racing to Lashcash this morning to pick up our fridge freezer because it's the last day that we've got our hire car. So we're in full flat mode this morning.
Yep, nothing like Greek finite timings, pushing it right to the wire before we hand the hire car back first thing in the morning. Had it not arrived today, I would have been on my little e-bike 17 miles down the road, strapping it to my back to get it back to the boat. So lucky enough it's arrived just in time.
So you literally pick your fridge freezer out from the back of the lorry when it's getting delivered. It's crazy, it's not like DHL. Thank you.
Name?
That's cool. It's okay. Another job done. Not bad size.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some light.
Okay, so another end to a grueling week in the boatyard. It's been absolute chaos with deliveries being late for parts, etc. Things breaking, things need fixing. So overall an emotional week, but we are getting there, chipping away bit by bit. And Wednesday should see us get in the water, although we still need to sort out the electric system with the Victron install, etc. And that should hopefully be here tomorrow or Monday. But other than that, thanks for coming along, watching the episode this long. Please subscribe if you like it, and leave a comment, because that really helps us out. Until next time, guys, take care, and don't knot it until you tied it. Interesting, it's like a white loaf.
I'm not sure if I used the right flour though, because that looks like cake flour.
Only you could fuck a bread maker up, Sharon.
Yeah, you're funny. Sit up, mate.